Welcome to the fourth installment of the Restart Zone show, the show that gets you everything you need to get back up to speed to this week's racing action. I'm Jack, joined by my host Brady. We're going to talk about cars. They're real loud, they're real mean, they're real fast. We're here to talk about them.
Perfectly said. A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff to talk about this week. Pretty much every major.
Almost. I mean, we didn't have trucks.
We didn't have trucks. Didn't have IMSA.
WEC, but I mean, those two don't run nearly as often.
Right.
Consolidated schedules, but it's a lot of racing this weekend.
A lot of
is the story. We had obviously F1 in Australia. We had the Cup and O'Reilly Series in Phoenix,
As
along
well
with
as
IndyCar.
Phoenix,
Yep, we love IndyCar oval racing. We'll get into that in
Pretty
just a
much right
second.
now, yeah.
Why don't we just hop into that? What else is there to say? IndyCar. What was it known for? High-speed ovals, a mix of street and road courses. Through the 2010s, it really became a lot more of a road course sport. Obviously, the Indy 500 has been there, but we've been slowly losing oval races. And the sentiment has changed, finally. I mean, this was such a good event for racing, for optics, for Fox.
Yeah.
It was just another overall win for the series, which IndyCar's been getting a lot of recently. We're getting win after win, and I love to see it because I love the sport. I want to see it do well. But man, this race, and specifically Christian Rasmussen, I mean, we saw him go crazy at Milwaukee last year. Just a crazy last stint to get his maiden win in the IndyCar series. He was the class of the field. He passed people left and right. And it really just came down to the end of the race where he tried to make an aggressive move on the outside of Will Power. They made contact. Both ended up in the wall. And unfortunately, did too much damage to Rasmussen's car for him to really keep the pace and did end up losing the lead to Joseph Newgarden. I do want to shout out David Malukas as well. He was my pick. Unfortunately, did not win the race, but he looked great out there. Qualified on pole. And for a rookie, I did this last week as well. He is not a rookie. This is his first year in Penske cars. My mind just...
Yeah.
Because it's the same series,
so
but it's a whole different deal to be with Penske.
Right.
But so much on-track passing. If you even watch, because doing some research for the show, I rewatched the 2017 and 2018. The 2017 race at Phoenix isn't quite representative because that was back in the aero body or the aero kit era. So really the only non-aero kit race we had was 2018. That was the last race before they stopped going. And that one, while entertaining, was more entertaining due to strategy and a late race caution. There wasn't a ton of on-track passing. Could not say the same about this race. I mean,
if you wanted to pass, man, this was the race to watch.
I think a lot of that, maybe not a lot of it, I think helped a lot by the fact that we've done a ton of work to the short oval package. Yeah. Iowa's been getting better. Gateway's been getting better. And also running this race in the sun versus it's been run in the night in the past. I think the extra heat caused the tires to degrade more. It makes the cars a little bit looser, slows everybody down, and in turn makes the racing better as a whole. We saw Dennis Hauger with a really cool save, spun an IndyCar at an oval, which almost always results in wall contact, gets it rotated 180 degrees and drives backwards down most of the backstretch before ripping a J-turn without ever stalling the car and driving away. Second IndyCar race, by the way. That was a cool little moment. And then we saw Alex Palou, championship leader since 2024, since mid-2024, making some contact with Rinus VeeKay there. Kind of sort of an awkward incident. Most would call it a racing deal. Some put on VeeKay. I kind of would just call it a racing deal, but really crazy to have Palou, who seemed to be right back in form after St. Pete, in the wall, day done early, and ultimately sacrificing the lead to this race's winner, Joseph Newgarden.
My pick. Basically a genius, what did I say?
But oh man, I was just so satisfied because even though there was just good racing, there was still strategy.
Yeah.
And it was just what you want. It's exactly
you
want.
It really just felt like just a classic IndyCar oval, just banger. It was great. Passes left and right. There was always something to see.
More ovals. Let's go back to Richmond.
Yeah. More ovals. More ovals before the 500, more ovals after the 500.
Let's go to New Hampshire. Not biased at all.
Definitely not biased. Definitely not biased.
Definitely not biased.
Definitely never biased. Never once biased.
Oh god, I was so pleased with that race. I couldn't say enough. I didn't even get the full watching experience because I was doing other stuff while watching it. But even then, I was overjoyed.
And I mean, to piggyback off of that, Cup and O'Reilly were both really fairly entertaining at Phoenix as well.
Just another great weekend for NASCAR. They've been cooking.
There was always something to see during the NASCAR race. I mean, Ryan Blaney.
God.
Oh my.
So, as a Blaney fan, I was frustrated.
Was it 49 on-track passes?
It was I think it was more. I thought it was in the 60s.
I think the number was 49. I could be wrong.
We'll have our stats guy, editing Jack.
Yeah.
Double check that. But regardless,
that is at least 11 more than entered the race.
Yeah, I mean, loose wheel, pit cycle, another loose wheel. Basically had to drive through the field twice.
Yeah.
And he did it. Yeah.
Yeah. It was insane to watch.
He is just so good in traffic.
Yeah.
I mean, it just seems like dirty air just doesn't affect him. Like he just, like they said, Dale could see the air. Ryan Blaney diverts it.
Yeah. He has like a force air force field.
He got an air cleaner in front of his
car. Yeah. I mean, it was just great weekend all around for racing. I think. Yeah. I mean, the O'Reilly race wasn't like anything crazy. It was.
O'Reilly will get green flag runs, but I think that's pretty good, honestly. Yeah. You let the strategy play out, especially with the O'Reilly cars, where they don't have as many wheel sets or tire sets as they do as the Cup cars. So you really kind of have to be smart about where you space your pit stops. You can't just every caution throw 4 new tires on. Where you really have to sort of think like, hey, if I take tires now, I might not have the set I want for the finish. And so really, you get a little more of that active strategy. I did enjoy that race. Obviously, my pick winning it helped a little bit. Yeah. And we were having fun watching that race. We got to watch that one together, along with the Australian Grand Prix, which we'll get into more later. But yeah, I mean, Ryan Blaney, race of attrition, by the way, or race of nutrition for my tow car fans. But a lot of accidents. We saw Joey Logano hook Ross Chastain, and then we saw Joey Logano get hooked. The restart later. Both of those pretty big crashes. Obviously, big hit for the 2 car. He got launched off Alfredo, who was filling in for Alex Bowman.
Yep.
But sometimes you'll get that at Phoenix. Those restarts can get crazy. Obviously, some tire failures. The incident where you had a lot going down under caution, there was a lot of confusion, it seemed like, between the different shows. That was a brake failure by the 4 car, and I believe everybody ran over debris because they were all right front tires. Versus, I saw some people thinking that was air pressure related. I don't believe it was.
Yeah, because I think it was like 3 cars back to back.
Yeah,
with
all with right fronts.
Yeah.
That Briscoe, he was really sort of the first one. I couldn't tell. That almost kind of looked like a brake failure to me, but the commentators all said they thought it was tires, so.
What do we know?
Yeah, what does Clipboard know? Sorry, Clint. But, I love the horsepower.
Yeah.
I really think it is making a difference. We still want more, but I feel like just even the 70 horsepower that we've added is so noticeable.
Yeah, it makes a league of a difference.
Yeah. I mean, Goodyear, obviously, same tires as the championship race, a little bit hotter. with the extra horsepower, I think really played a big role in that tire degradation and overall just better racing.
Yeah. I think the one other talking point, I think we're just going to continue to, or at least I'm going to continue to.
We're going to talk about it until it's not true.
Yeah, because, I mean, 2311 is continuing to show that they can run up high, and they can do it with. Now, I understand that they have 3 drivers, but the remark I'm about to say is still accurate. Both of their drivers can run top 10 consistently, and can do it race in and race out. Obviously, Bubba is no road course aficionado, so Coda wasn't necessarily...
Even then, not a bad result.
No, not a bad result, but still not necessarily representative of what that car is capable of. But, I mean, and now, still a very small sample size through 4, but we've finally seen them on the handling oval. We've finally seen them, you know...
A little short track.
Yeah, and, I mean, they look great.
And we're going to get another taste this week with our first mile and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Vegas, especially when it gets windy out there, which it very often can be a super handling track. We see cars get tight all the time there.
By the way, I know that we'll have time to talk about this next week, as we always do, but Blaney is on back-to-back sweet liveries, let me tell you.
We love good liveries.
After some... I mean, the Pinnacle one wasn't bad on track, but the Chumbo Casino car is just atrocious.
The Phoenix Blaney livery has not been ordered yet, but it is still in the cards.
That one was a good one, too. There was a couple of really good ones.
Yeah, especially with the win, Matt. I might just have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I do think 2311, I mean, just, it's such a good story. I know some people joking, some people might think this is real, but, you know, NASCAR's giving them good results because they won the lawsuit. Yeah, all right, dude. But
if anything, I felt like it'd be more of a win after all this if 2311 like went under and like went belly up. Now, you got your permanent charter. Now you got to sell it because you can't make a competent team. Like, you know what I mean?
I think it's just great that they're like. It almost just seems like now that that's behind them, all of a sudden they can just all focus on just making fast race cars, and they're doing. You can't deny the results.
Get Corey Heim in that third seat.
Bro, get this dude out of here. It's still unbelievable that he is not full time. We harped on this, in week 1, and we will continue to harp on it until it happens. I don't care if it's all season.
Yeah,
that man set Truck Series records. He deserves a full time ride in any series.
Somewhere. Anyways.
It's unbelievable, man. It is unbelievable.
All right. I think the next thing we have to talk about, obviously, the debut F1 race with the new regs. It was interesting. The first half was a lot of intrigue, a lot of...
I think something we're going to get to know a lot, the yo-yo effect.
Yeah.
Which, we just watched the China sprint race.
Yeah, the sprint just happened, and
basically... same thing, but with Hamilton instead of Leclerc.
Yeah, it was... it's looking like McLaren... It's looking like Mercedes has just really got the formula. It looks like... Because really what's happening is a car is getting in front of George Russell, and he's letting them push until they kill their tires, and then he's driving by them.
Yeah. We saw it in Australia.
And we just watched it again.
Yeah.
So pretty sure that's what's going to happen in the race for China.
Yeah. We got qualifying tonight. So
unless some teams make some major improvements, it's probably how a lot of these races are going to look.
Yeah, until we can get some guys pushing upgrades. Hey, maybe the Ferrari party wings.
Yeah, yeah.
Allegedly rolling out full time in Japan. Allegedly, so we will see.
Interesting track to debut. It's like not necessarily. I feel like. Who am I? Yeah, me talking like I'm qualified to speak.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's not necessarily a long straightaway.
Obviously, there was a lot of discourse, especially in qualifying, about the super clipping. When you watch onboards, it's just doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
For sure. I agree with everybody. I think It's
50-50 split, isn't it?
It's weird because, like, I think the yo-yoing is fun to watch for sure. I mean, that was exciting to watch, but it is completely artificial.
And I don't, like, obviously the cars wouldn't yo-yo to this extent without the battery deploy. These chassis, these cars, are capable of driving wheel to wheel.
And following, I think, is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
They're able to follow close.
Just give it an all-gas engine, and I think, like, even...
If you want to keep the hybrid, like, why don't just drop last year's power unit?
Like, because it's causing issues, like, reliability problems.
But, like, I mean, that's going to happen in new regs, you know, but...
Yeah, it's...
I mean, like, if you remember, I know you weren't really watching, I wasn't really either. Back in 2014, there was a lot of reliability problems when they first went to hybrid V6, so it's going to happen when you have new power unit regs, but, like, it's very tough on optics is the biggest problem.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't like seeing cars slow down before the braking zone. It's not right. Everything we've watched in racing our whole lives, you go as fast as you can down the straightaway until you get to the braking point, and then you hit the brakes. If you're lifting coasting to save fuel, that's one thing. But this is 3/4 of the way down the straightaway. Your car's now losing speed on the run up to the braking zone.
It's also now creating this thing where it's like, and now obviously Mercedes is seemingly the only people that are making consistent ones out of it so far. I mean, I know so small sample size, but now, like, you have Ferrari has their super small turbo so they can get a launch on the starts, but like everybody has their, like, gimmick that they have to have now. It's like, it's not...
And the party wing.
Right, like, it's not... It's just, it doesn't... I almost feel bad for, like, telling all my friends, like, hey, there's new regs this year, so you should, like, start paying attention, because it's just, like, it seems... It leaves a bad taste in my... Maybe it's just because George Russell's winning race after race, but it leaves a bad taste in my mouth, man.
I'm definitely willing to give it more time. I'm not going to be like a lot of people who are just coming down on it. Like, teams are going to improve.
And it's exciting to watch.
Yeah, the start of the races are fun to watch. I mean, regardless of artificiality, that's a word. The yo-yoing is objectively fun to watch. I would say to watch guys swap for the lead lap after lap. Like,
me and him were just watching it, and the whole time, whoa,
yeah, I mean, we're on the edge of our seats. Maybe you'll see some of that.
But it's obviously we have a whole season of it ahead, so we'll see. But
my hopes aren't too high for Suzuka. It's just, I feel it never puts on a great F1 race. Not to say that I don't love driving on that track in the sim, track. And like, it is an objectively cool track. It's the only figure 8 track in F1.
Yeah,
that's it's. I feel like that people sleep on that fact a lot. Like, no other F1 track does that.
Why not? This is such a cool idea.
It's cool for sure. But let's be honest, it hasn't put on many. Like, the last not the last, but like, the only thing you remember from last year's race was Lando going in the grass on pit exit. Yeah. And the fires in the grass. That's all I remember from last year, was the grass catching fire constantly and Lando Norris pit road.
It's
the best pass in the race happened on pit exit.
Now, could it be more intriguing that these cars are easier to pass?
Possibly.
Easier to follow?
I think it definitely could, because I think what hurt that track, those S's, impossible to follow through. And then, you know, the next sector is straightaway, hairpin. That's your probably the best overtaking spot on the whole track, honestly, is that hairpin. And then another straightaway where you can get good toe. And then the turn after that, apologies, forget the number. That's another turn that's impossible to follow through. That's all super high speed. So, and then obviously 130R. But
anyways, we're at China this week. So,
yes. So sorry, looking a little ahead. Like I said, we just watched the sprint race a little late this week. Sorry, guys, but turn 1 has been super interesting. Yeah. I mean, the different lines you can take, it's been intriguing to watch. Guys, diamond versus, you know, more sweeping outside line. These cars, regardless of power split, they race well here, which is a lot more than we can say for...
At least for the first half of the race, they race well.
Yeah, I mean, even the back of the pack was still having good battles. But yeah, definitely the front space is out. But it is F1. We can't expect this to suddenly look like Daytona, you know? Like...
All right, so the next segment, best and worst livery, L&W of the week.
Yeah.
Do you want to kick it off?
Yeah, I got you here. So I'm gonna start with my W livery. I was between a few, but I'm going to pick Chris Buescher's because I like grilled cheese.
Yeah.
Everyone likes grilled cheese. If you don't like grilled cheese, you're lying to yourself.
You got a point.
Grilled cheese slaps, and I like the color combo as well. I'm not liking it just because of the grilled cheese.
I wasn't a fan of the yellow and red.
Okay, that's all right. You don't have to. But
Personally.
Not for everybody.
However, I strongly agree with the grilled cheese.
Especially the fact that it is a cheese pull.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
I respect it. The color combo, it, like, to me, it's the same as the Bob's Hamlin car. I don't know why the color combo it just doesn't sit.
Yeah, alright, so getting to my L livery. It
Oh,
is
really?
Denny Hamlin Bob's car.
Was that actually...
Yeah, look, I have it written down. That's so funny. So yeah, I think, like...
So you see what I mean?
The Bob's activation last year were better, but man, that blue on like the orange is not
ugly.
Good, man.
It's just
See,
ugly.
honestly, what they should do, just take the orange out, do the all blue, basically just copy the Mavis tire liveries. Yeah. Those aren't bad.
No,
I didn't like the Mavis tire liveries, but I definitely didn't hate him versus this one that was an eyesore. I didn't realize he was running this livery when I picked him. If I had known, I probably just wouldn't have picked him because I had to look at it to like see where my pick was running.
Damn.
And I had to keep looking at it.
Wasn't a fan of it.
Nah, dude, that was an ugly car.
Damn.
But yeah, so all my livery picks are in the Cup Series this week. There were some heaters in the Xfinity Series, but I like grilled cheese. What can I say?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, do you want to...
Yeah, so my W of the week, that Blaney car, man. I don't know why I like it so much. I mean, just good color combo. Like, I think that car is what Chase Elliott's Napa car should look like. It is, like...
I just want to note as well, I asked him if he was picking this beforehand, because if he didn't, I was completely going to.
Because it's beautiful. Yeah. It is, like, it was so good. I want to push that aside because I really want to harp on my L livery of the week because F1 finally raced. I finally get to talk about it. Why the hell are all of you imbeciles obsessed with that Cadillac livery? It is disgusting. It's boring. It's black and white. And that stupid half and half gimmick was bad in the mock-ups, and it looks even more gimmicky on track. And all that to run dead fucking last.
All right, well, it's the livery section.
So, worst fucking livery I've ever seen in my entire life. That car is trash. Moving on.
Now, honorable mention, the Cadillac F2 livery is actually pretty good.
Just run that. Because if the white side of the Cadillac was on both sides, it would be like an alright car.
If you put that exact livery on the F1 car, you would not see us sitting here bitching about it right now.
It's literally the half and half gimmick. Like, it just is. It makes it look repulsive. If it was just the black side on both sides, or if it was just the white side on both sides, it'd be like.
I think definitely just white side on both sides would have been a lot.
Either way, it'd be like car.
And even then, it would have just been a West McLaren.
But it is a repulsive car with that stupid half and half gimmick. It is terrible, and everyone was like,
There's a lot of glazing. Look, I'm excited that Cadillac and GM are in F1. Don't get me wrong.
But that livery...
When you have those WEC and IMSA liveries...
Beautiful
color spectrum of gold, yellow, blue,
your logo worked
red,
into it, like...
And you are coming to the pinnacle of motorsports, Formula One. And we're showing up with black and white.
Yeah, you give us a drunk panda livery. What the hell?
Minimalism isn't cool anymore. Do y'all realize you're late?
Well, it's also like maximalist in the wrong way. So yeah. It's like that.
See, do you want to know minimalism that works? Audi. That is minimalism that works.
And that's like a strong like brand. Like you want like in F1 like the Mercedes are silver, the McLarens are papaya, the Red Bulls have like the Red Bull marks. You know what I mean? Like you have that thing like.
Now I do just want to say that I still don't like minimalist. I'm still not a huge fan of the Audi
Yeah.
livery because I wish they'd done more. But if you're going to do minimalist,
Yeah. I'm more meaning just in terms of like the strong colors. I mean, I know there's not much color on it, but the strong orange. You know what I mean? Like in Cadillac,
and it pops off the silver.
In Cadillac, just it's not good. It's not good. It's terrible, and I hate it.
Moving on.
L&W.
Yeah. Do you want to?
Yeah. Oh shit. I don't remember what I was gonna pick.
All right. You think about that.
Okay.
Hold on. All right. L&W of the week. I'm gonna try that again. Hold on. All right, we're gonna do L&W of the week now. I'll lead us off here. I'm gonna start with my W. Pretty easy one. I'm just taking the whole IndyCar experience at Phoenix.
No, fair.
The grandstands were packed.
Yeah.
The hype was there. The racing was great. What more could you ask for? The TV number was good. It was consistent from St. Pete, and
yeah.
What more could you ask for? I mean, that is for IndyCar. That is a W.
Yeah, good things.
And then my L of the week isn't even really an L. I guess it was just an L because it seems like it didn't land from what we've seen. Was Carson Hocevar's attempt to rizz up Alyssa Liu on Instagram, posting a video with her figure skating routine, and then tagging her in the comments, just saying "Hey" at Alyssa Liu. I respect the attempt, but I don't think that one's gonna be landing. Unfortunately, my friend Carson.
Yeah. So my W of the week, maybe an overlooked one, maybe not. I mean, I guess he got driver of the day, but a Max Verstappen 20-6 drive, especially with how maybe not strong those cars are looking. Like we mentioned earlier, we just saw the China Sprint, and it was not a pleasant one for either of the Red Bulls.
Not for Red Bull or RB for that matter.
But yeah, that was a great drive to watch. Obviously, what can you say? My L is just getting handed to Aston Martin F1 team, and really Honda as a whole. I mean, Lance Stroll couldn't finish the race.
No.
Alonso just took like a 20-lap nap. Yeah.
I was having a shit. Shut up, Kimmy.
that was, yeah, that's that. I don't know. There's not much more to say about that.
Yeah, that's
IndyCar is going to Arlington.
What the fuck is the IndyCar doing in Arlington, Texas? We have got to watch Indy NXT and IndyCar first practice. Yeah. My biggest takeaway, few takeaways. First of all, what is this blunder where the info that they gave them for the sim doesn't match the real track, so now the painted parts are actually within track limits. It looks goofy as hell. Come on, guys. This is a professional sport. What are we doing? They literally painted curbs on the track, and then they're just driving on the other side of them. Fake curbs, plus not using them. Like, I don't know. That's kind of annoying. But my second takeaway, really the bigger takeaway, was just how bumpy, especially the backstretch where they're going to be going fast.
Yeah.
Those things are bottoming out constantly. I was watching through a bunch of video posts on Twitter of just trackside down towards the end of the backstretch, man, just dust cloud. It looked like the porpoising days.
Yeah, I mean the first drives were a mess, but you expect that with a new track.
Yeah, I'm just
the track doesn't look very
polished. Little surprised that they didn't resurface at least the braking zone at the end of the backstretch. But yeah, to be honest, I kind of, just judging by what they were posting on social media, it looked like the track was a little rushed. Like, when I checked like the week before and what they had posted, and they were still building stuff, and I was like, man, like maybe this is just because of traffic stuff and they don't want it there for a long time, but like it seemed like cutting it close. I don't know what it's like to put together a street circuit. Maybe they were right on schedule, but that's what I got.
Yeah, I mean, it's a cool area. It's a cool idea for a track. It just doesn't seem like the most polished, fleshed out.
Yeah, it's a little awkward at times. I think the last turn is actually pretty awkward where halfway through it almost looks like pit entries where you're supposed to go. Like it's strange the way they did that, in my opinion. They have the split pit road, which I'm not like a huge fan of. It's a little weird, but I guess with the space they were given, it makes sense. And I do kind of like that IndyCar is making that their thing. Because anytime IndyCar can differentiate themselves from F1 in any way, because, I mean, literally, like, at my work, I'll have it on. It's like, oh, you're watching F1? Well, it was, like, Phoenix qualifying for IndyCar. I'm like, as a racing fan, I'm like, no, obviously not. But, like, you can't crash out about it. You're like, no, this is IndyCar. And they're like, oh.
What is that?
Yeah. So any way we can differentiate IndyCar and have... Because I feel like there was a time where this was known. When IndyCar was at its peak, people knew IndyCar and F1. I just feel like...
It's not.
It's just not the case. But it'll be interesting. Tire degradation is probably going to be crazy because of all the bumps.
Yeah.
If it's hot, it'll be an interesting race. Turn 1, a little sketchy as well. Obviously, we're doing... That won't be where the race starts, turn 1. They're going to do an alternate start line to the finish line.
Interesting.
So the turn 1 is going to be the first turn after the backstretch. They do that at Mid-Ohio as well.
I see.
But that is the finish line going into turn 1. So I personally think, some design notes here, the backstretch is a 2-lane road. Why didn't we just use the second lane as a straight regular pit road and then just put the start and finish line right there? And then there would just have been no point to make that tiny little strip the finish line.
Yeah.
I know they just did it so that they could fit more hospitality boxes in there so you could get more VIPs, but like, I feel like it would just make more sense. We wouldn't have to do the split pit road.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know nothing, Jackie.
I know nothing, yeah. But overall, it's another great event that's going to put more eyes on IndyCar, which I just think is very important. Obviously, be connected to all those major Texas sports teams.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones, you can even, as a coaster nerd, you can see all the Six Flags over Texas coasters. No, that's not over Texas. That's the other one. That's not important. It's a cool backdrop.
Yeah.
Obviously, driving by the stadium's cool. So excited. I think that backstretch braking zone will be a great passing opportunity as long as they can keep their cars straight.
Let's see. We'll see.
So IndyCar in Arlington. That's cool. NASCAR is going to Vegas. We talked about that a little bit.
Yeah, smidgen. I mean, it's a fun track, always, you know.
Next gens on 1.5 miles seem to just be good. That's this car's bread and butter. Like I said, look out for the wind. They're in the desert. When it gets windy, that track gets sketchy. Especially off 3 and 4. Cars love to get tight. I mean, we saw that caused Reddick's flip.
Yeah.
Was cars getting tight off the corner. We saw the Bubba Wallace-Kyle Larson incident back in, was that 23 or 24? But which ended it with Bubba getting suspended for a week. But it's a sketchy track.
Yeah.
But I think it has the potential to put on good racing.
Yeah, I mean it's usually a somewhat entertaining race.
I think in the next gen era, it's hard to find a 1.5 mile race that isn't entertaining. They're not good at many things, but they are good at that. I'm looking to see if Penske can get a little bit of their speed back on 1.5 miles. I feel like they have been lacking in the 1.5 miles. When I remember, like in the Gen 6 era, Penske was all over Vegas.
Yeah.
I mean, watching that 22 Pennzoil car, because they would run the alternate livery there, the brighter yellow with the black.
Yeah.
And like, I can't remember how many times I watched that car win at that track.
Yeah.
So I'd be interested to see if Penske can get back into form.
I'm intrigued to see what that new Chevy body does in Vegas, because it did not look dandelions. Is that a fucking phrase? I have no idea.
It works.
It did not look good in Phoenix, and it hasn't really.
It wasn't sunshine and rainbows.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It wasn't great.
Now Phoenix wouldn't be as aero affected, but I would argue that even at Atlanta, which is technically a 1.5 mile track, but like not really.
Yeah.
Like, it is in length, but it does not race like you're saying 1.5 miles. And even then, they look a little edgy.
Yeah.
Some kinks to work out. I mean, we saw the same thing with the Ford bodies when they were new. They went on a long streak where a Ford didn't win a race, and then now they got it figured out.
Yeah.
It'll happen. Just takes time.
My other tiny little just talking point So SVG in the Oval Championship has managed to find himself up to 5th place.
Yeah, man, if SVG can figure out those ovals, y'all better look out.
I mean,
he spun twice at Phoenix. Twice.
Yeah.
And still managed to finish P11. For the road course guy.
Yeah.
Not too shabby.
That's what I always love.
Spun twice in Atlanta as well.
Whatever, because he gets asked often, being the road course king,
no.
If he wants more road courses in NASCAR. And his answer is always, he joined an oval championship.
Yeah.
And like he knew that going into it. Like he wasn't like, oh, they race ovals in this.
What the heck?
Over in this foreign land, they race on ovals? Whoa, what is this? Getting road courses is like a bonus for him. Obviously, bonuses are good. He'd like more bonuses. Why not? But
he's losing his Chicago street circuit, unfortunately.
Like he wants to win an oval championship.
Although he is getting the naval base, so I guess kind of evens out. Sorry.
But you know what I mean? Like he wants, and I think.
Well, yeah. I mean, like you were saying, you can't join NASCAR and then show up and say like, "Oh, well, I want more." How can you be like your first or second year?
No, literally.
Like you can join the NFL and say, "Well, I think as a soccer player, like, well, I think we should kick more."
Yeah,
like,
right. That's not how that works.
You go over there knowing they throw the ball.
Yeah.
And you have to get good at throwing or catching the ball. It's the same thing with SVG, but with ovals.
Yeah, and I mean, again, small sample size so far this year, but our first real test on a... Now, there's nothing normal about Phoenix, but I'm going to use the word normal oval.
More normal than the other 3 tracks we've been.
But, yeah, I mean, a decent finish. He's found himself P5 in the standings so far. Soaring above his other Trackhouse teammates, which I really don't think is anything anybody predicted. I mean, I think Ross Chastain is kind of the guy over there, but he hasn't
been
really
the leader
been,
of that team really since it started, to be honest.
He's really been nowhere to be seen so far.
I mean, yeah, some of it obviously...
Yeah, there's been problems.
But... Yeah, out of his control. And he's never been amazing on street and road courses, but I think now that we're starting to get back into...
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, like, it was not his fault in Phoenix. Joey Logano literally murdered him.
Yeah.
He might not have meant to, but he murdered him.
Yeah, that was
turned him down. Chastain came back up and he finished him off. But it's a racing incident. But that's out of his control. The averages will even out as the season goes on. The outliers will go away.
Yeah. I'm excited to see if he can continue on his momentum and.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if SVG could like run through the whole regular season, staying like top 10 in points, that would be so impressive.
Yeah.
To be in basically the upper quarter of the field
in his second or third full year.
Oh god, you're making me think here.
I think he was
23. No, 23. He won his first race, and then 24 he ran full time O'Reilly. His 25 he ran full time Cup. So second full time full Cup season.
Yeah, because he was in he ran, what was it, RFK cars?
Huh?
Because he had another Cup ride before. It was not a full-time Cup ride, but he was in the 16
when he was running select races?
Yeah, he was in the 16.
That was with Colleague.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. I forgot about that, Yeah, because I remember, he blew up at Daytona in 24.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he had he maybe, it was maybe a 16 and a 14, I don't remember.
I think it was the 16.
Well, he had 2 different numbers.
Oh, did he? Oh,
yeah.
But yeah, he was running full-time O'Reillys.
No, he had 2 different Colleague numbers.
No, in the 97. In O'Reilly's 2024.
No, yeah, that also happened, but he ran 2 different numbers in select races in Cal-Leg.
Yeah, but he was full time. He was learning a lot more in the O'Reilly series than the Cup series, especially when they have him starting at like Daytona. Like, come on, guys, what are we doing?
You get the V8 supercar guy over, and you start him at a super speedway. In one of his select races.
But just like, he's going to learn more if you put him on like a more traditional NASCAR track. But nonetheless, I think he's learning. I mean, he's getting better.
Yeah.
I think the rest of the field needs to worry about that a little bit. Definitely the people who are going to be trying to get into the chase.
Yeah.
Because that is, I mean...
That's a spot.
That's a spot, yeah. And if stuff continues, he's going to continue to occupy that spot. But yeah, I mean, Vegas with the Trackhouse cars, I can't remember the last time they did anything there.
Yeah.
So it depends a lot. Obviously, the Vegas race here in the fall last year was a bit of an attrition race. Once the Ty Dillon William Byron incident happened, it kind of got a little bit crazy. You know, you get all the late race cautions and whatnot. But I think the biggest question you should be looking at is, will Hendrick be fast?
Yeah.
They've been off all season.
Yeah.
Kyle Larson put together a good run at Phoenix, and that's about the only good thing that's happened to Hendrick Motorsports.
Yeah,
this
haven't
season.
heard anything out of William Byron this year.
Or Chase Elliott, really.
And
poor Bowman.
And oh right, that guy. Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Mid in the first two races, out of the race halfway through in the third, and then Vertigo is going to be out Phoenix, or was out Phoenix, and he will be out in Vegas as well.
Damn, better get...
Good opportunity for Justin Allgaier to hop in a Hendrick car, though. So, it'll be cool. Hopefully he can run decent. That'd be good to see.
F1.
Yeah, let's talk about F1 in China, even though we have already a lot.
First sprint of the year, obviously we just watched it. It
Yeah.
was entertaining until George Russell ran away with it. And
then the safety car came out.
Even then there was
We thought it would be entertaining as well, and then Leclerc completely spins
Leclerc,
the tires on the
Leclerc
restart.
spins,
And
George sees that in his mirror and
George
goes...
just fly away, basically already out of overtake range
Yeah.
when they cross the line. And like we talked about, there was the yo-yoing at the start, which is fun to watch.
Yeah.
But once it stops, it does kind of dull. The back of the pack continues to battle, as they always tend to do. But I really just think for these regs to work, the teams are going to have to bring upgrades throughout the year. If nobody can compete with Mercedes the whole year, I think the regs are going to get a bad rap just because they're going to keep winning.
The one thing that I'm looking at besides the Mercedes dominance is really, like, obviously Mercedes is clear and cut from a different cloth from the rest of the teams so far this year. Yeah. But as far as the rest of the teams go, times are kind of all over the place. It looks like Ferrari's quick. It looks like McLaren's quick. It looks like Red Bull's quick. But even then, like...
But it's sporadic.
Yeah, it's like... I mean, you had an Alpine start in top 10.
Next to Max Verstappen.
And then a Haas behind them. Like, it's been very...
Oliver Behrman has finished in points in every points-paying events this year. Which is 2, by the way.
It's been... again, small sample size, but it's been all over the place. It was also crazy. I don't even think we talked about this yet. 2 stalls on the start of the sprint race. Mm-hmm. Max and Kimi.
Not full stalls, but
very
bogged
big bog downs.
Big bog.
Big bog.
That's what we're calling it now.
Big bogs.
You got hit with the case of the big bog.
But yeah, I mean, the regs look good. I wouldn't say good for racing. The regs look like they provide entertaining racing. However, I don't know.
We'll see how they work.
We'll see how they work out.
We got to let them age a little bit more. They are still learning.
I think if anything, I think it's just going to be the George Russell dominance that leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
I think in a lot of people's mouth.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think one thing to look for as we go not only to China, but as we just continue to progress through tracks is how deployment, harvesting, and overtake is going to look on the differing tracks. Obviously, we saw in Australia the super long backstretch being a big talking point of having to coast so much earlier than the S's. Not really the S's. The left, right.
The left, right.
Whatever corner numbers those are. Sorry.
The not straight.
Exactly. And now with China, you have a huge backstretch, and then another straightaway followed by the front stretch, which is also pretty damn long. So it'll be interesting where it's not like Australia where there's just one big straightaway. There are 2 pretty big straightaways and then a whole section of harvesting. So will you have to maybe only deploy half down the backstretch if you want to save some for the front? Yeah. Or do you just kill it all and hope to defend on the front? Something to look out for.
These are a car that I could see, like I could see the race in Brazil being fantastic.
And I mean, that's one of the track that was capable of putting on a great race, even with old regs.
That is true.
So, like, if it can do it with those cars,
Yeah.
surely we can.
I'm excited to see what happens when we start to get to some of those tracks where there isn't, because obviously, like,
I think Red Bull Ring.
Yeah.
That could be a year.
The big thing with the past regs is that you needed a big long straight if you wanted to overtake it.
And a hard braking zone.
Yeah. I'm excited to see now if some of these tracks that don't have that are more kind of, maybe not organic is the word, but more, I mean, honestly, it's just a lot of the older tracks.
Yeah. More tracks that were just cut through natural terrain versus.
Are we going to Zandvoort this year?
I don't believe so.
Because, like, I
fact check Jack. Fact check
because
that.
I bet these cars would do some great shit around that track.
Probably would, because dirty air is a problem there for sure. Because you can really only pass on the front straightaway.
And I'm hopeful that because even we saw it in the more technical sections of China.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, I feel like we saw it to an extent in the sprint. Yeah,
where the more technical packed in sections.
Last year with a mix of big cars.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing. Big cars and an inability to follow in dirty air, they never would have been able to get through too wide. Versus people made some passes.
They're running like all like bunched up in the front of the race. Like you see that often back, like fighting for 10th, fighting for points.
Yeah.
You don't see that often fighting for the win. Whether it's artificial or not, it's at least entertaining. So I'm hoping that, Red Bull Ring, Brazil, tracks like that, Zandvoort, if Fact Check Jack says that we're going there, I'm hoping that some of those tracks maybe.
What I'm really interested in seeing is Monza. It's all straightaway. How are they gonna what is gonna happen at Monza?
They're gonna need to put like 3 cones on the end of the each side, like every so often, so cars just like have to turn left and right.
No, what they're gonna have to do is on every straightaway, they're gonna have to paint a dotted line that's 1 car wide off the racing groove, so that cars that are harvesting on the middle of a straightaway literally need to pull into there so that they're not getting slammed into from behind. Yeah, no, literally. Because it's gonna be so there's simply not enough places to harvest.
I wonder if these cars are small enough to do anything at Monaco. I doubt it, because it's Monaco.
Nah, they'd have to be go-karts.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love to see him prove me wrong.
I'm trying to think of more examples of tracks we're talking about, but none of them are coming to my brain off the top of my head, because why would they?
Yeah, naturally.
But yeah.
Vegas will be interesting as well.
Yeah.
Also a lot of straightaway.
That'll be
very late in the season, so maybe the meta will be more defined by then.
The meta.
But yeah, I mean,
I think that's pretty much all we got. I think it's time to make some race picks and let y'all enjoy your Saturday.
Later than you might think. In editing, Jack still needs to do his thing. Yeah. So let's get into some picks and blow this popsicle stand.
All right. I'll lead us off with picks.
Oh, actually, I do want to say, sorry. Last week, Brady did win in picks. Yes. We're not really keeping track of this, but I do want to shout him out. This week, kind of hard to call. Yeah. He got IndyCar. I got O'Reilly's. We were both off.
Yeah.
You could technically say I was closer because I had Russell on my podium, but that's a wash. And then he picked Bell, who finished P2, so we can probably give it to him again.
Did your O'Reilly pick win?
Yeah, just an all guy.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, so to start it off, my IndyCar pick. Obviously, we've had one practice session. It's a brand new track. Really, the thought process is fast car and fast driver at road/street course. So you know who I'm gonna pick? Pato O'Ward, because he's those two things. He's in a really fast car, and he is really fast around this kind of track.
He won at Toronto last year, street circuit.
Yeah. So, that's about as much logic as I feel like I need to give to you guys.
That's my boy.
For O'Reilly's, I thought about this, I debated on this, to be honest with you, until this very second. I didn't have a clear, concise pick yet. I'm just going to go with Connor Zilch because I know he's running the race, and anytime, he's had a rough year, okay? Anytime Connor Zilch is in an O'Reilly's car, he's a pick that you can make. I mean, as far as last year is concerned, obviously
so
maybe
good at those cars.
Maybe he's lost
one full season
and
he's just
But
It's insane.
Yeah, he's always a safe pick when he's running in those cars. Now there's another very safe pick when he's running in those cars that Jack will get into in a minute. But but
we'll get there.
My Cup pick, I am gonna do something kind of weird because he's won there before, I believe. Again, fact check. Jack can fact check me on this.
Yes, get on that.
But won at Vegas before. I'm really just trying to drill the fucking or hit the nail on the head here. I'm taking Tyler Reddick. I think these 2311 cars have come to play this year. I think it would be insane if he did it. He's won here before. They look quick. I feel no further justification is required.
2311 hype will continue until it doesn't.
Yeah, until it dies.
No.
Tyler Reddick. And for my podium, I think it comes to no surprise. We're gonna go. I mean, so here for my curveball pick, I'm gonna disclude Kimi Antonelli from this podium because he was having problems in the sprint race.
Oh, this is interesting. This is new to me.
Because I feel like we gotta throw curveballs here. So I'm gonna put. You ready for this? Liam Lawson, P3, after a P5, I think, finish in the sprint.
Oh.
Okay? You ready for this? And then P2, we'll go with Lewis, and then P1, George Russell.
Yeah. All right. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you threw me off a little bit. I was expecting something different from what we rehearsed earlier, but I like it.
Yeah, and now I'm obviously like, that's like, Liam Lawson is not going to podium on pace. I fully recognize that. I'm thinking like safety. I'm thinking like safety car situation. You know, I don't know why I threw a flag like it's football. Flag on the play. Like I'm thinking something fishy. Like I'm thinking like Pierre Gasly Monza win type of fishy.
Feeling that Lawson energy.
And he finished like P5 or something in the sprint.
He did.
So maybe that's just fresh in my mind and I'm feeling bold. But yeah, so yeah, that's that.
Oh yeah. All right. As far as my picks go, well, you started IndyCar, right? So I'm gonna do that as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with an old wily veteran, somebody who even when they don't have the best car, still somehow manages to eke out wins. They just that team, that driver, they have that knack for that. That being Scott Dixon. A storied career in IndyCar. So many stats to go over that I'm not gonna do it. He's
not going to do it because he didn't print out the stats and he has no idea what the stats are.
I know some of the stats, but I'm not going to go through them. But nevertheless, he's won almost everything. Do I think they are going to have the fastest car on straight pace? No, I don't think they're going to qualify amazing. But that team gets the strategy right. I think strategy will be important. I think there will be high tire deg. I think they'll eke out one of those classic Scott Dixon wins.
And I mean, buzz phrase of the day, this new track can very much be a race of attrition. So,
a race of nutrition for sure.
A race of nutrition.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean.
All right. Yeah.
Solid logic.
They're just good at it. That team is so good at doing that. I've watched it so many times, man. For my O'Reilly's pick, like we talked about earlier, I'm going to go with another one that is a very safe bet when in O'Reilly's machinery, and that is Kyle Larson. He's just so good. I mean, we saw like Connor Zilic back last year when he got injured at Talladega, and Larson hopped in that car and won in it, and that kind of kickstarted Connor's tear through that series the rest of the year. So I just think he's so good in any vehicle, and when you put him in a car that he's really good at, one that I think he likes better than the next gen, he's gonna cook. But moving on to my Cup pick, we're gonna go with Kyle Larson. I'm picking the Larson sweep. I just thought it'd be kind of cool because if it does happen, I look like a genius.
Yeah, fucking big ball player.
Hendrick has been very. I mean, they looked great last year again until the Byron Dillon incident. They were probably gonna win that race.
Yeah.
And we did talk about the Chevy body. That could play a role. Might nerf Hendrick a little bit. We'll see. But I mean, Larson's good at Vegas.
Yeah. I mean, we're 4 races and there's zero reason why this isn't like this couldn't be a bounce back spot. Like we're literally 4 races in.
There's a lot of hockey left. Yeah. So Larson sweep. That's what we're going with. To end off this pick section here, we're gonna get my F1 podium. I'm taking, I think, a bit more of a realistic approach to this. You could call me boring. I don't care. I'm going P3 of Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah.
I think he's just looking. Charles did pass Lewis in the sprint, but I do just think Lewis.
Yeah, I think he cooked his tires.
I think if Lewis hadn't cooked his stuff, I think he probably wouldn't have had that. But so I'm gonna go Lewis. P2 is gonna be Kimi Antonelli, and P1's gonna be George Russell.
Because he's just gonna win the race.
Get used to hearing and saying that.
But before we dip, by the way, I just gotta shout out new diecast arrived today. I don't know. Wait, hold on. Makeup review. The Denny Hamlin crashed. So wait, focus again.
Crashed like early stage.
Yeah, crashed immediately. It won't really focus on the front angle.
That's alright. I can just put a picture of it. We love new diecasts. We will continue to get more to put on here. Get excited. We got
enjoy the race day,
another
guys. It's
IndyCar NASCAR F1 weekend.
Assuming it's great. Saturday when this goes live, so
it is going to be Saturday. Yes, it will happen.
So enjoy the day of racing. Tune into the racing. I know F1 in China is
watch it
at a crazy time, but
I'm still watching it.
Like,
don't be a bitch.
I know you people are like up until 4 a.m. scrolling reels anyway. So while you're
instead of doom scrolling, why don't we put the F1 race on?
Or just put the F1 race on and doom scroll, like whatever.
You can do a little bit of both. I don't mind some multitasking.
Yeah.
Taxing, sorry. But with that, I think it's time we say our goodbyes. We will see you to talk about all this action coming up, and we'll see you when it is time for Martinsville.
Yeah.
Toodles. Oh, contact.
Is that Kimi?
That was Max, wasn't it? Oh no, it was Hatchar. Oh. Oh, here comes Lewis. Oh!